Hi everybody, and welcome to video 7 in our spring bake series. Now we've got the signature done and we're going to make the cover. It ended up being pretty full. So, but I only made an 1.5 inch spine, and that's because we're going to tie the book shut. And once this is compressed, it fits in a 1.5 inch spine. Okay. Is that a paper clip in there? Oh no, that's that brad. All right, so we're going to set this to the side. Part of this I'm going to pause and do off camera just because I'll show you part of it and then you can run with it. Okay, we're going to tie it shut with the sari silk. These are the covers. These are some cards. We're going to make a pocket on the inside. I'll bet you think I forgot about these great big file folders, but I didn't. And this is the inside cover, and this is the pocket paper. So we've got all that. Figure out where I'm going to put all that. We've got it, but we have nowhere to put it. Okay, let me move that out of the way. All right, so I've made 2 6x9 book covers. Now I took and cut 2 6x9 pieces of cardboard out of cereal boxes and then glued them together. Looks like I didn't do such a great job. And then I did 2 more 6x9 and glued those together. Then I did my 1.5x9 and glued those two together. I think I decided on 1.5. Did I go 1 3/4? Nope, 1.5. So then we're going to, I took these 2 pieces of cream colored paper and I glued them together vertical wise. Oh, hold on. There we go. And I was hitting the little light on my webcam to turn it on. It had turned off because my computer restarted all on its own. Thank goodness we weren't recording, right? That did happen about a month ago. I had no idea. I'm going on and on, blathering on and on. So this is 11 and our book is 9. So we're going to want to start about 1 inch up. So we've got 1 inch at the top. We're going to start with the middle piece, the middle spine, or the middle spine. We're not making a lap book with the spine. And I filled up my glue. I recommend you do so as well. Waiting for it to come out when you need to do a bunch of glue is no fun. I've been known to refill my glue halfway through, even though I've still, oh, for goodness sakes, even though I've still got 3/4, because it's just easier to have a completely full bottle of glue. I don't know what the deal is here, but this is where we're putting our spine, so I guess it will be okay. So we want to go about 1 inch up. Take a look at the top, make it dead center. Put it on straight, if and you can. I don't always put it on straight. Didn't realize how much glue I had on there. That puppy slid. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's going to get folded up. Now we're going to put glue on this cover. I think you can guess what's going to happen here. This is Fabri-Tac. A lot of people use white glue and then use a brush to smooth it out. If I needed to, if I wasn't going to cover the covers, then I would have to rethink this, because you can see this through the cream colored paper, which I discovered the hard way. I'm recording later than I usually do. That must be it. Okay. Oops, I didn't get my tool out. I got this nifty little 4-in-1 tool on Temu. They sell it on Amazon. It's only about $3 more for the same thing, but if you prefer Amazon, you can surely get it there. And it works perfect. It really does. Okay. Because you can also make sure they're straight, because when you put this on here, then, you know what I mean, going out will be straight as well. Let's do this side. See how well I can do this without getting the glue everywhere. I think I get going faster and faster, and I get going in bigger and bigger loops. I'll put a little bit of extra glue here because there's kind of a crinkle in the cardboard. It was a cereal box after all. They're not always pristine. Not that buying lightweight chipboard is always a guarantee. You never know what's in the center of that package. Okay. I'm going to put this down on this side. That looks about right. Well, I don't want to brag or anything. Oh, I can't, because it's just a little teeny bit off. Let's check the bottom. Bottom seems fine. Okay. We're going to trim the corners. This is crooked on the paper. If you don't remember this step, you'll remember it the next time you go to cover a book. A lot of extra paper there if you don't. So I'm going in at an angle. I'm getting about 1/8 of an inch away from the corner of the cardboard, and then I'm kind of curving out at that point. You have to leave enough there to cover the point of the cardboard, otherwise it will stick out. And I've learned that the hard way as well. Like right there is going to be a little close. As soon as I say it, then it happens, I guess. Okay, now we're going to do one long side. You should do the 2 long sides first, and then the short sides. We're going to do one long side, and then I'll let you do the other 3 sides, and I'll put you on pause while I do the same thing. I'm going to bend it so that it knows that I want it to bend. Be careful of your seam area. Now you're going to put your glue on. Run it down along this area here. Some people do cut them here and then just flip them down, but I haven't really figured out how to do that and make it look right. This is so crooked. I don't know how I managed to do it so crooked. Good thing you won't see this, huh? Or you won't see the seam anyway. Or, you know, where it's folded over. Okay, I'm just going to stand it up and slide it over. You can see the glue where I got a little carried away. Wow, I've never seen the glue like that before. I don't know what happened. That's not really good. I mean, I was going to paper it, but make sure it's down right here in the center. Get your bone folder out, one of these kind. It's plastic. And just make an indentation there where you're going to fold it. Do the same on the other side when you do it. Don't use the point. It will rip right through the paper. Alright, now we're going to do the other long side. Then we do the two ends. They're all done exactly the same. Okay, so now we've got that part done. And I didn't realize how crooked it really was, but it really, really was. We're going to need to cover the center part. So we want to take a piece. This is 1.5 inches long, and I want an inch on either side. So this is 3.5 inches wide. And we're going to glue it on, and we want to make sure that we cover this area fairly well. Not that well. I have no idea. I've never had that happen before. It almost looks like it's dirty or something. I don't know. I've never had that happen before. But it's obviously right on either side of the seam. And it's not on the seam, so it has to be the glue. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to glue this piece and put it on here. This is 8.5 by 3.5. Okay. It's not the full 9. It's going to be 8.5, just like our paper is. I think maybe this bottle was so full, I just put way too much glue down, that's all. Now in the center, you don't want it to, this middle part to bubble up in a rounded fashion when you close the spine, close the book. So we are going to put more glue on in the center when I usually don't. I definitely don't want it to come up. I've had that happen before and it's heartbreaking. You get all the way to that point and then the center comes up. Okay, try to center it from top to bottom. You're going to have about about that much top and bottom. Just a little bit. Now, let's see. This looks... trying to go by the paper and not what the paper on the book looks like. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, darn. I just dropped everything on the floor. Okay. I didn't want to pick it up, but I didn't want to hit delete either because it was a spam call. And if it's a spam call and you refuse it, then they know it's a real number because a real person said, no, I don't want to answer. And then we're going to take this and do this just like we did before, only we're going to do it all the way down. She says confidently, I'm really bad at this part. But since you've got it the exact width you need, this is about the width of a bone folder. And it's just to help when you fold it. Okay. I need to do something about this. I don't know what's on there. But now it's on this side too, so that looks like Sharpie marker. I don't know why that would. Anyway, so now we've got that. So now we need to do the inside covers. Before we do that, we need to put the tie on. So we get out our sari silk. I think I'm going to need about that much. I like a big long bow. Then I'll make another piece the same size. Hopefully I'll be able to flatten out an area to glue down because I don't iron it. Well, I just don't iron anything actually, but I don't iron the sari silk. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Okay, this one's pretty flat right here. And this one looks pretty flat. Well, actually that's folded in half, isn't it? Okay. So now I'm going to eyeball it. Yes, I know. Probably should be measuring it. I had the glue in my hand, so I said gluing it. You don't want to go all the way to the edge. This is definitely going to soak through your sari silk. Darn it. I was just getting ready to put down some tape, and my finger stuck to it. It will help hold it down till the glue dries. Make sure your tape doesn't come out past where you're, you know, I'm not sure I want it to be flat when it comes out. So that's going to look funny, isn't it? Maybe I'll do it like that. I got a little bit of paper with that. I'm lucky I had that tape back far enough. Okay, so I've got it folded kind of in quarters. Half of it's flat, and then like a quarter in, and then a quarter of it in. Okay, now we're gonna go straight across to this side, approximately. That's way too much glue. Looks like it was gunked up and then it all just kind of splooshed out. I have glue all over my fingers now. Okay, so now let's see which way this is naturally folding. Okay. That's going downhill. That's not going straight at all. Go figure. Anyway, let's put some tape on it. Now, once we've decided where the top and bottom's going to be, it would behoove us to label that on the front, because I just recently, in fact, glued a cover on, one of the pictures on, upside down, and I had to redo it. I had to cut one exactly the same size and plop it over it and hope for the best. Okay, so this is our inside cover. So let's cut this in half. I think it really looks like the inside cover of a book. Like the paper you would really see on the inside cover of a book. Okay, now we need to ink it. Don't forget that. I moved the ink out of the way for doing this. Be careful to get, what about getting ink on your cover? If it's cream colored or whatever. Okay, I had to put you on pause because my alarm went off. Everything's going on with the phone. And I had to take my medicine. I had to let Oz out. So while I did that, I inked these so you wouldn't have to watch me ink them. Probably could have glued them down as well. Let me trim that little craziness off of there. Okay. Oz about scared me to death. He was walking around underneath my legs, and I didn't realize it until he brushed up against one of my legs. Okay, we want to line this up with this paper with the top and the bottom. And I don't know what I did. That center paper isn't right. So we're going to have a little bit off. Well, you know what? Let's make it even on the top. Put the pockets on the bottom. It's not going to help when we put our signatures in, but the optical illusion should hold. It should have come out exactly right. I don't know how it didn't. I did the same thing on both papers. I turned them sideways and cut them. Okay, so we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll make it even on the top, and we'll put a pocket on the bottom. This is how you cover up a mistake. You know, by gluing the paper crooked. Shh, don't tell anybody. Trying to keep it over the cardboard. I still don't know how that happened. Somehow that paper's 9.5 or 8.5. Oh, Well, of course it is. So why isn't this 8.5? Because we trim the edges off. Minor detail. Plus we whacked 1/4 of an inch off all the way around. Okay, now you want to look at this, and you can do one of two things. You can make it face in, or you can make them face the same direction and be the same on both sides. You know what I'm going to do, right? Okay. I'm just going to do that a little bit just so I can see where the... Yeah, that's still crooked. Okay. Now, since we just folded this paper in half and cut it, I'm pretty sure if we fold this one in half and cut it, it too will be the same width. How in the world? Because this is crooked. Now let's start from even footing, huh? And then I don't know if I told you, I put the little pencil mark there because I can't see the crease once I get it in the paper trimmer. Okay. So this will fit this. How tall do we want it? What, 3-inch pocket? How tall is this? I'm gonna be able to see the picture. 5.5. So let's make it 2.5. So make two 2.5-inch pockets. Yes, we're most definitely not going to get this cover done in one video. I apologize. Now, since this one's darker here, then I'm going to do this way. so that it looks like it carries over. I know no one will notice and no one will care, but I will. Because I cut them from top, you know, above each other instead of from side by side pieces where the color would have continued all the way across. So we're just going to fake it a little bit. Thought I had it on the wrong end for a minute there. Let's see, because this one's crooked. Going to have that little discrepancy. I can't believe I was double checking to see where that dark spot was. It's astonishing to me. These were cut the same and they're off up and down. And the others were cut the same and they're off on the width. Oh, well, I can, no, I can't see how that happens. Okay. Now, these seem like they're going to be awfully small. Kind of lost in there, maybe. You don't have to put it all the way down inside. I think that'll be all right. Could make a larger tag and put some sari silk on the top of it, maybe. Maybe put this on the tag, on a tag. Just a thought. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Okay. So now let's turn this over. We're going to put a T here for the top, a T here for the top, and this is going to be the front. And we don't need to label this the back, because if that's the front, then obviously that one is the back. Or maybe not so obviously, but I'm just saying. Okay. So now we got 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and stop here. Then we come back, we'll do the front cover and we'll do the binding. And then that should give us about the same amount of time in. And then the two videos will be about half and half in time. Okay? All right, well, I'll see you in the next video. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.